teleprompter. Hello, Normans. Welcome to this week's Norman News. I'm Noel Trost.
And I'm Leo Padilla. Keep watching for more news on Limes in Seattle.
In the UCLA Blood Drive.
Hi, I'm Eric Meridian here with this week's Sports and World News.
And I'm Alana Morgan with this week's Fashion and Weather.
Around the school in 30 minutes, this is the Norman News. Last Thursday, the city of Beverly Hills announced a community-funded contribution of $130,000 to the American Red Cross to support the California wildfire relief. This took place during the annual Rodeo Drive lighting celebration. Among other things, the city has also celebrated the arrival of the holidays with the unveiling of a social art installation by Alexa Mead on Rodeo Drive and the entertainment from electro hip-hop pianist and former America's Got Talent contestant, Savette. Unfortunately, there was no fireworks this year out of respect for the wildfires still flaring in Northern California. Now, let's send it to Leo with school news.
Thanks, Noel. This year's Wish Week is approaching. If you are interested in helping the Make-A-Wish Foundation, then this club might be for you. The Make-A-Wish Foundation raises money to create life-changing wishes for children with critical illnesses and is looking for any student who wants to help plan Wish Week here at Beverly. For more information, contact President Aaron Romani at romaniaaron@gmail.com. The club really appreciates all help that is given. Now to Eric with sports.
Thanks, Leo. This week we have another leak from Der Spiegel, who has been leaking news stories from soccer for the past month. Now they are reporting on doping irregularities from the famous Spanish defender Sergio Ramos. After Real Madrid won the Champions League in 2017, Sergio Ramos was tested for a substance prohibited in the competition and caught the eye of inspectors, but apparently Ramos was never punished. Even though a banned drug was found in his urine, all it took was a note from the doctor saying how it was an administrative error to get the case cleared for him. Now, let's send it to Nathan.
Thanks, Eric. Last week on Wednesday night, LeBron James returned to play his former team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, with the rest of the Lakers. LeBron received a standing ovation and all the fans cheered for him. During the first timeout, a tribute video was played and the Lakers won 109-105. LeBron had the game high of 32 points, in addition to 14 rebounds and 7 assists. It was a great game in which LeBron returned to his hometown, and we'll see what happens next with the Lakers. Now we have Genevieve with more sports.
Thanks, Nathan. If you didn't know, number 45 on the Chicago Bulls, Denzel Valentine, has been diagnosed with ongoing ankle instability. The guard will have a surgical reconstruction with an anticipated recovery time of 4 to 6 months. Unfortunately, this surgery will likely end his season. The Bulls officially labeled his status as out indefinitely at the beginning of April when his ankle didn't respond well to an increased workload. This could possibly hurt the Bulls' chances of flipping around their 4-13 start to the season. All we could do is watch and see how they play it all out. Now to Alana with fashion.
Thanks, Genevieve. Hello, Normans. I did a little research on what needs to be in your holiday cart this season. Hermes Still ankle boots. These ankle boots are so fashionable and are perfect for the season as they are lace-up ankle boots, water repellent that has a 1.6-inch heel on the bottom and comes in a beige color. It also has an Hermes stamp on the side. These shoes aren't cheap considering that the price is $1,175, but if you want the same illusion with the higher heel in a black or brown color, I suggest you check out Barney's suede lace-up ankle boots, which were $450 but became 40% off and were $269 until they had an extra 60% off and became $108. That's how you shop on a budget. Might want to go get those now because the price drop might not stay the same for long. Now let's send it to Kayla with some celebrity news.
Thanks, Alana. As you may already know, James Charles, the famous makeup influencer and YouTuber, made his own palette. James worked with the very well-known brand Morphe Cosmetics and created a unique palette that cost around $40. Many of James's fans bought the palette and most of them were beyond satisfied, but a couple of fans had something to say about the very pink shade by the name of Skip, which is a bright neon pink pressed pigment. A couple of fans had the skin on their eyelids stained, which is normal with pressed pigments, but what isn't normal is the allergy reaction that came after it. Fans are threatening on suing James because he left no warning about the staining. That's all for this week. Now passing it on to Bella with music.
Thanks, Kayla. Today we're going to be talking about the song Sicko Mode by none other than Travis Scott, a true legend. His hit song from his album Astroworld is absolutely crazy. It's definitely one of my all-time favorite songs. Thanks for blessing us with this new song, Trav. Now to Riley with her movie review on Instant Family.
Thanks, Bella. The new movie, Instant Family, just came to theaters November 16th, and it's a combination of laughter, love, and awkwardness. The movie's about a married couple who looked into the life of adopting a kid until they stumbled across 3 siblings, including a rebellious teen. Want to know how that family turns out? Well then, grab some popcorn, sit back, relax, and enjoy this week's new movie trailer.
I love what you two are doing with this house, but what are you going to do with 5 bedrooms? You guys are obviously never having kids.
What was that look? I did not do a look.
You're doing a look right now.
There's no look.
Have a good fight, guys.
There's so many kids in foster care, and they're having an orientation.
Ellie, people who take in foster kids are really special. The kind of people who volunteer when it's not even a holiday. We don't even volunteer on a holiday.
Over 500,000 children are currently in foster care. The county puts these on because they can match a lot of kids and parents quickly.
Look at the big kids.
Everybody's avoiding them. I'm gonna go and say hi.
But they're teenagers, okay? They use drugs and they watch people playing video games on YouTube. We're not equipped for any of that.
Hi! Just FYI, we can all hear you. It's okay. Go mingle with the kitties and don't give it another thought. Bye-bye.
She was cool.
Lizzie comes with 2 younger siblings.
3 kids? Too much.
Oh
my God.
They're adorable.
Why would you show us that? That's wrong.
Here we are.
Make yourself at home because you're at home.
Do you like the Clippers?
Oh, I'm more of a Lakers fan. Oh no!
You hit me because I like the Clippers.
I think the Clippers are awesome. They were smart for trading Blake Griffin, their best player. Just stay there till the fire department comes, okay?
You're just another white lady who wants to adopt charity orphans to make you feel good about yourself. Pretend mom.
We might have a little bit of a knack for this.
I beg to differ.
This stuff takes time. Lizzie had to parent Juan and Lita all by herself.
This is never going to be easy.
But with some structure and love, you could make your house a home.
Lizzie!
We love you. Please just go away.
When I'm pissed, you know what I like to do?
Really?
All right, let me fix her, okay?
Thanks, Daddy.
I just got my first daddy. Oh, what?
You suck. Want some of that? Hey, honey, can I help you with anything?
No.
What are you doing to my phone?
Look at what this boy texted her.
Is this that kid, Jacob? Hey,
I saw the picture you sent her, Jacob.
You're lucky I'll end your life right now, Carrot Top.
we're gonna call your mom.
You're going down today.
So what do you think of that, Jacob?
My name's not Jacob.
What? Okay.
That looks great. All right, Leo, finals are coming up. What is one way that you plan on studying?
Well, one way I plan on studying is either opening a document with a bunch of people or just studying in groups. I think that's really helpful, and when you get different perspectives on the material, it's really helpful. What about you?
Well, I prefer using Quizlet and making flashcards. I think a lot of repetition is really useful, especially for remembering all the stuff that you learned way in the beginning of the semester. So
Definitely.
Very stressful time coming up.
Definitely. Well, but the good thing about Quizlets is that you can sometimes find some of them online.
You can. I think it's a little helpful, though, to actually make a Quizlet, though, because then you're reinforcing the information to yourself.
That's very true.
Yeah,
well,
lots of ways you can study.
Yeah. Now to Eric with World News.
Thanks, guys. Last Monday, Germany stopped selling arms to Saudi Arabia over the killing of journalist Jamal Khashoggi. The same day, Germany's foreign minister announced that they have banned the 18 Saudi nationals believed to be involved in the killing from entering any country involved in the EU's open border Schengen agreement. It will be interesting to see what other countries follow Germany's policy. Now to Jasmine with national news.
Thanks, Eric. Yet again, making many headlines this week is more tweets of President Trump. President Trump tweeted addressing the issue of asylum at the U.S.-Mexico border. Trump has said he wants all migrants who are seeking asylum to stay in Mexico as their cases go through U.S. courts. This has been creating much controversy over immigration policy because it is said he does not have legal authority to change this law because asylum laws are made by Congress, which has the authority to change these laws, not President Trump. It's said that for now these laws are to stay in place.
The asylum law states that migrants are allowed to come to America and seek asylum, and the president cannot act against these laws unilaterally. Now to Natalie.
Thanks, Jasmine. Authorities said Sunday that the wildfire that killed many people and destroyed thousands of homes in Northern California has been fully contained after burning for more than 2 weeks. The California Department of Forestry and Fire Protection said the Camp Fire had been surrounded by firefighters following several days of rain in and around the devastated town of Paradise. The nation's deadliest wildfire in a century killed at least 85 people, and 249 are on a list of those unaccounted for. The number of missing dropped in recent days as officials confirmed that more people were alive. Let's send it to Tatiana with a restaurant review.
Thanks, Natalie. Looking for something healthy to eat in LA? Well, head down to Sweetgreens in Century City. Not only is this place local, but it is known for their salads. You can make your own delicious salad, or you can order a salad off of their menu. I recommend making your own salad and putting falafel balls and hummus into it as well. These two toppings give the salad an amazing Mediterranean taste. Head down to Sweetgreens to try it out. Now to Jonah with technology.
Thanks, Tatiana. Lime already has its shared bicycle and scooter fleets in cities around the country, but it's not stopping there. Starting this week, the company is rolling out a fleet of shared Lime cars in Seattle as part of its new Lime Pod service, with the goal of having 1,500 cars in the city by early next year via Bloomberg. Lime is starting off a little smaller, at least at the beginning, with just 50 cars hitting the streets of Seattle this week. However, the company is planning to continue to expand things weekly, aiming toward having 500 cars available by the end of the year. Similar to the scooters and bikes, LimePod users will be able to pay $1 to unlock a car, and then 40 cents per minute of use on top of that for driving around. For the initial pilot in Seattle, Lime will be using 4-seated Lime-branded Fiats. Now let's go to health with Yasmin.
Thanks, Jonah. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention warned U.S. consumers last week to not eat romaine lettuce, as it may be contaminated with E. coli. 32 people, including 13 who have been hospitalized, have been infected with the outbreak strain in 11 states. The U.S. Food and Drug Administration, which is also investigating the outbreak, cautions that if you have any romaine lettuce at home, that you should throw it away, even if you have eaten some and did not get sick. Scary enough, foodborne illnesses hit 1 in 6 Americans every year, estimating that 48 million people get sick every year. Now to Bridgette with opinion.
Thanks, Yasmin. There's no doubt about it, a government report concludes that climate change is already wreaking havoc across every corner of the U.S. This means more damaging wildfires here in California, more storms dumping intense rain on Texas, more coastal flooding at high tides in Florida, and other mayhem ahead. Despite all these worrying trends, the Trump administration is ignoring the issue, and that's a mistake. President Donald Trump last year vowed to pull the U.S. out of the Paris climate agreement, and his administration is in the process of rolling back climate rules for oil and gas sites, coal plants, and cars. A recent carbon emissions report makes clear that we're not adapting fast enough. It's going to be cheaper to adapt and prepare now. The more climate changes, the greater the cost. What more can scientists say? Time is running out fast if we still hope to make changes. An October report by the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change suggested the world had only a few decades, if even, to keep future global warming below 2 degrees Celsius and prevent practically all coral reefs from dying, more substantial sea level rise, and other catastrophic impacts. We must come together and do what we can to prevent these events with whatever time we have left. Now let's send it back to Noelle.
Thanks, Bridgette. On a lighter note, this is just one more reminder that the UCLA blood drive is taking place this Thursday. If you haven't already received a green permission slip form, check your Jupiter Grades messages for a message from Mrs. Goolsby to fill out an online form. Otherwise, you should reach out to an ASB member. In a video sent out by Mrs. Goolsby, a toddler meets 24 people who donated the blood that saved her life. If you're able to, you should seriously consider donating blood. Now, let's send it back to Leo.
Thanks, Noelle. Seniors, this is a last-minute reminder that the UC application is due November 30th, which is this Friday. The College Center strongly advises you to have somebody review your application before submitting it. Once the application is submitted, it cannot be edited. For more information, contact Mrs. Rowley in the College Center. Now to Alana with weather.
Hello Normans, I'm Alana Morgan, back at it again with this week's weather forecast. I hope you guys had an amazing holiday. Let's take a look at the weather forecast for this week. Looks like the highest the temperatures will get this week is 67 degrees on November 28th, which is a Wednesday, and 45 degrees on December 3rd and December 4th. Well, Normans, be prepared because as of November 28th, November 29th, and December 1st, we will be experiencing some heavy rains, mostly at night, so make sure you take out your rain jackets. But you can look forward to December 2nd, December 3rd, because it will be sunny. However, December 4th, it will be mostly sunny with a high of 63 degrees and a low of 45 degrees. Well, Normans, that's the weather forecast for this week. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks for watching.
Tune in next week for more
Norman News.